watching the Tottenham game as well. Almost 2-1. But no. So all right, look, when you are like going to be wearing the armband for a game, and players are going to expect you to lead the team to win and get the 3 points, you really have to show up and like not have the fans against you. It just kind of seemed weird with what happened in the summer, and then that performance, it just really didn't look good for the fans probably at all. So I don't know, Jerry, if you agree, yes or no to that, but to drop that type of performance and that type of action during the summer, it just looks like a terrible decision by the club. But it is Chelsea. They do a lot of PR things just because of their name. So we'll see come next week if he's still the captain or they change the band around and see if they can try and get a leader somewhere else on the pitch.
We'll see what happens. Now, before we move on from Chelsea, there's talks that Raheem Sterling is trying to be removed from the club, that he's not going to be taken in consideration. Obviously, he wasn't even considered for this game. Any thoughts? Any of you want him? Hey man, you want him in Liverpool, Connor?
I'll take him.
Get that rat far away.
Oh, man, he's played in every big club. He's played in every big club there is.
Except one.
There's only one player I want back at my club, and that's Ilkay Gundogan.
Hey, he's coming. I'm telling you, I got he's coming.
Does anyone else have like a problem with him making the whole statement? Because, like, again, you've been left out the team. Like, I don't see a problem.
Going out to the public. I mean,
yeah, it's like, okay, you're one of Chelsea's top earners. I think he's on. I don't know when that was. Jerry probably know this more. Yeah, he's on like 300k a week. But if the man, yeah, but it's like if the manager thinks you're not good enough for the team, then train better. Like the whole thing in his statement, like, oh, I've been back 2 weeks before preseason. I've had a good preseason. So, like, get better in training and get better to get into the team. Because that Chelsea team could have done with the experience of Raheem Sterling. We've mentioned it on the stream. Like Chelsea could do with experience. Like, get better, get in that team. And if you can't get in it, then don't sign ridiculous contracts.
Well, that's the issue.
I'm sure he's happy with his contract. He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to screw that up. But he certainly. Kevin wasn't a good year so far. He's been kicked out of the England squad as well from the Euros. So you don't want him on Man U, man. He's never played him on you.
I don't want him at all. But this is the issue with contracts like that Chelsea are offering. If you offer a person $300K a week for what is he on 4 years now? No club is going to be able to afford that.
Excuse me.
In England,
Mr. Rashford, you're on 400 a week, and he ain't even
375. All right.
Nah. So Man U and Chelsea do it a lot.
I'm not saying that, but that's like, is that Chelsea's star boy? Is that Chelsea's picture? Like, no, it's now Cole Palmer. This is like, he's gonna. Even if clubs come in, say if Brentford come in and offer, I don't know, I'm just going to put a ballpark, 50 million, 125K a week, he's not going to accept that. The club can accept it, but they won't ever agree personal terms. So that's
he has to go down.
He won't ever go down, though. That's the issue when it comes to these players.
He won't go down. The club will have to pay him off. They're effectively going to get nothing for him.
But in next year, I do want to move on from Chelsea, but just to know this, Jerry, how in the world is your club dealing with all this money in and out, man? You're not getting in trouble. I mean, it's a legitimate question.
No, and I think that's where a lot of people fail to realize that the number of players that we sold, it's not just the incomings. So we have really balanced the book effectively. If anything, these owners are doing this job very well. So people are just looking at the net spend. They're not looking at what we have sold. More than 500K last season. So if you see the net spending, it's not that much. And then again, of course, that is again a topic that makes the fans divided, like the academy lads, Conor Gallagher, Jalaba, they have to go and sell them, at the end because of these reasons. So, but we are not in a FFP struggle because we have analyzed in our shows in depth the incomings and outgoings. They have done this very intelligently, and of course, the reason they have the long-term, long-term contracts is for a reason. And as far as Sterling goes, quickly, one thing I can tell you, being in the Chelsea community, in various channels, the vast majority of the fan base don't want Sterling, and the main reason is, of course, not only his price tag, but he is one of those players who have been consistently inconsistent with Chelsea. He would play amazing, like with City, as you know, against City last season, and all three games, especially the home, how he took on Kyle Walker, like he would be the best player in England. But he performs one in every 4-5 games, and that really hurts.